On this video, we are checking out watchOS 8 developer beta, and we're gonna go ahead and compare it against the previous watchOS 7 on Series 5 Apple Watch, and the developer beta of watchOS 8 is installed on my Series 6. We're gonna go ahead and compare the two and see what new changes and new features that Apple added on this new upcoming watchOS 8 firmware update. And in case you're curious how you get your hands on it, right now it's currently only available for developers. So if you have a developer program, a developer account with Apple, you can install the profile right now and install it on your Apple Watch, as well as install the beta of iOS 15. But if you wait another month, if you're not a developer, the public beta will become available next month. In terms of release date for watchOS 8, that'll probably be around the fall time, alongside the release of the Series 7 Apple Watch with its new redesigned body, as leakers have been suggesting. So without further ado, and in terms of compatibility wise, shockingly, watchOS 8 is going to be compatible on the Series 3 Apple Watch. So if you have a Series 3 or recently got one, it looks like you're in luck, because watchOS 8 is indeed going to be compatible even on the older body design Apple Watch. And of course, all the newer Apple Watches like the SE and all that good stuff are all going to be compatible for watchOS 8. So with that said, let's go ahead and compare the two different firmware updates. So the first thing that I immediately noticed was the control center is slightly tweaked now on the new firmware update for watchOS 8. As the icons, if you look here, the pin phone icon is slightly larger than ever before. And in addition to that, there's now is this new live listening icon. It looks like when you click on here, what it basically allows you to do is monitor the decibel levels of the audio that you're listening to right now. So this is a feature that was found on the iPhone. Looks like now they moved it onto the Apple Watch. So of course you could adjust the audio here as well, I'm assuming. No? Okay. Maybe in the near future they will allow that. But here you have additional settings as well. But since it's still beta, it's kind of cut right here, so it's hard to tell exactly what it's doing. But right now I'm just listening to music with my AirPods. So it was showing me the decibel levels of the audio that I was listening to right here in this application, or complication I should say. Now as we started up the video, a new app that you saw was the Mindful application. This is basically where you're going to find the new breathe reminder, which should allow you to focus with that new animation. Go ahead and end that. That's where you find that. The reflect is that new thing that allows you to take a moment, settle, allow you to focus on something nearby, appreciate the texture, the color, and the other detail. So this, I guess, allows you to zen out. I'll try to utilize this and see how I feel and share my experience and let you know if this really does help me focus or not. Usually I'm good at that, just keeping myself always busy. I really don't need third-party applications, but to each their own. That's cool that Apple innovated something like this, but that's where you find it. It's in its own separate Mindful app. But a new app that I did get my interest was the new Find My app. Let me go ahead and move it here. Here it is right here. This is really interesting. Basically, if you don't already own Apple AirTags, this allows you to quickly see the AirTags that you have paired on your account, and will show you the distance and how far away they are from you. So if you click on one, it'll show you the little mini map, which I'm gonna block with my finger, of course, for privacy concerns. But if you scroll down, you're able to play sounds so you can locate it faster, and we'll show you the distance here as well. And you also have notification centers right here, and will actually notify you if you leave it behind. So if, let's say for example, I left my backpack behind, the Apple Watch will notify me, letting me know that you left your backpack behind. You should probably turn around. But if it becomes annoying, you can actually go in there and turn it off yourself. And then you also have to show detailed information about the serial number and all that good stuff, firmware updates and all that stuff right there. The other app that they added was the new Find Mine, which allows you to use your location, which allows you to actually locate your other Apple devices like your Mac, your laptop, your iPhone, all that good stuff. I'm not gonna show because of privacy reasons as well, because it will just show you the mini map, but that is a new app. It's basically the Apple Watch version of the Find My app on your iPhone on the Apple Watch. Now if we go onto our iPhone and you launch the Health app, here's where you find the additional goodies that they added. So if we go to Browse and go to mindfulness, or you can see that mindfulness one of like the amount of minutes, of the amount of time that you spend in the mindful app. So we spent a total of 6 minutes so far. But down here is where you find the mobility, which is said to help you keep track of your movement, your balance, and lets you know more detail about your, I guess, walking, if you slouch or not, and if you had good mobility or not, and where you could actually go ahead and improve. Of course, so this, obviously, I'm gonna need more time to experiment so I can actually share you my results to see if this is actually useful or not. But so far, from 1 day of usage, this is the data that I was able to gather. And then respiratory rate is the other good new one that they added for the sleep tracking, which you can find right here. And then if you wanna share your health data with a relative or a friend or a family, you could tap on the share icon down here and hit share right here. I'm pretty sure you just have to enter their contact information and they just have to accept on their end. Now, another app that got some cool changes is the HomeKit app, which if we go ahead and launch, you know what, let me switch back to the grid view. You know what, let me go ahead and switch back to the list view. Complicated, but hey, look, new changes right here. As the notification icon is different. And if you notice, focus replaced the do not disturb section, which if you go ahead and click on it, here you have access to more do not disturb options like driving, do not disturb, or sleep. So Apple moved that around with this watchOS 8 update. But if we go to app view, go into list view. So that stayed the same. But something I did forget to mention during the time making that video is if you actually long press, the ability to switch between grid view and list view is now back. So you can literally switch between that, and you can also enter wiggle mode this way as well. So that's what I was saying. HomeKit got slightly redesigned. For some reason, this TV always gives me issues. But here you can see that we have access to our bedrooms now on Apple Home. And if you have a doorbell that supports HomeKit like the LG one, you'll be able to view the front door feed off the Apple Watch here, as well as use intercom to talk to whoever is at the door from your Apple Watch. But yeah, we have access to our different rooms that we have assigned right here on the Apple Watch. Instead of previously, we just had the whatever device was turned on and that's about it, my home, and that's it. Here you can actually go into favorites or different rooms. So after using the beta for 1 whole day now, another thing that I noticed is that the settings is slightly different. If you go ahead and hop into the settings, notice how they actually increase the size of the text on the general, made the settings a little bit more visible and easier to navigate than before. Airplane mode, same thing, larger text here, but the rest of the settings looks to be identical. Wi-Fi, massive Wi-Fi right here, settings identical. So the text size on the settings just got increased slightly larger on the top corner whenever you're navigating through the different categories. The flashlight is exactly the same. Oh, cool. This is not even in the beta and already crashed on us. watchOS 7 crashed. Meanwhile, watchOS 8 developer beta is still running fine. Let's just wait until this thing reboots. So somebody took my Camaro and gave me a notification that my Camaro keys was left behind. So this is one of the notifications that will actually send you whenever one of your devices goes out of range from you. So if this was your wallet and you accidentally forgot it at home, you'll get notified so you can turn back before you need to make a purchase. But now, this watch is back in running business. Let's go ahead and continue comparing these two operating systems. So sending a message is also different now whenever we launch the Messenger app. So previously, this was the only option we had: dictation, scribbles, emojis, memojis, heart rate, and languages, and the suggested replies. But now, if you notice, you have the suggested replies, and you also have this new section right here for apps. So here at Apple Pay, do the heart rate thing, send a video message, or search for GIFs. But this would be where you could actually go ahead and search some GIFs like you would on your phone. Just unfortunately, we're having issues right here due to the fact that this is still a beta, I guess, so it's gonna be buggy. There might be hope, it's loading. Yeah, that's gonna take forever, but there is GIF support now. And then of course you can do Apple Pay now on here as well, which is kind of neat. Somebody told me you were previously always able to do that though. No, I guess you were never able to Apple Pay on your watch, but now you can on here. But if I want to write a message, just tap on message, write down whatever I want to do, tap this if I want to add a emoji, and then, or I could use dictation and send a message and go back to scribbles and then tap done and send. My friend's probably gonna be like, WTF. Probably gonna confuse my buddy now. And then another new thing is now you can set multiple timers on your Apple Watch. So if I say, set a 10-minute timer, set a 15-minute timer, how much time do I have in my timers? See, now there's support for 2 timers, and of course I could just end them by tapping on it. Yeah, funny, before you could only set 1 timer at a time on the Apple Watch. With WatchOS 8, you can set multiples now, which is quite nice. But yeah, the timer app got redesigned. So previously, it used to look like this. Now you actually have this longer row, and you can see your recent times as well if you want to reset them. That's kind of nice. Now, if you have an Apple TV, a new thing that I noticed is now you actually have a new Apple TV user interface on the Apple Watch with moving arrows and stuff. It's more pleasant to use than previously, as everything is easier to navigate with if you're using the Apple Watch as your controller, if you can't locate your Apple remote. Other new changes is the portrait mode now supports this 3D animation wallpaper. Now, unfortunately, during the beta, it doesn't support it because this is one that I took with portrait mode and I'm unable to do the clock interface. So maybe future beta updates that will become available. But as the time making this video, the watch faces are kind of glitchy. Like, you'll see what I mean. Oh, it actually shows me the watch faces right now. So the Pride watch faces actually has their own unique category. I think my buddy just texted me about that message. So yeah, previously, this is how the Apple Watches would look like when they were trying to customize it. It was just simple like this. Now it actually has like a nice presentation, almost as if you're at a store, to be honest. But if we scroll down to, yeah, see, it's not even added yet. But the Pride watch faces gets this unique category. But as the time making this video, the portrait watch faces isn't supported to be used for you to use that cool, trippy looking clock watch face, unfortunately. And no, I'm not trying to flex. I just took that photo at that time, and that was the only time I had a chance to do the portrait mode. But yeah, you only have the standard watch faces with the complications. The Apple hasn't yet added that yet for the developer beta. Other worthy things that's note talking about is if you have a Series 5 or newer, always on display is becoming more supported on other applications. And then a new feature that Apple added is assisted touch. So this will actually allow you to navigate your Apple Watch without touching the screen. And I found it and this feature could be enabled and found in the settings, which if you scroll down to the settings right here and go into accessibility, scroll down to accessibility shortcuts, and here is where you can find the assistive touch. So this with gestures, like I can't do it, but by pinching your finger, I did it once and it worked. I was able to select certain things, but maybe the position of the watch isn't allowing me to do it, but it's able to utilize the heart rate sensor gyroscope to identify which fingertip you're actually pressing. So you can actually navigate the Apple Watch by just doing this. Again, it's in beta right now, but that's what the does. But I'm definitely gonna go ahead and check that out in the near future. Oh, I'm laughing because my friend replied with this. All right, but there you guys have it. That's a quick comparison between WatchOS 8 developer beta. What are some things that it got and some of the features that it still doesn't yet have, but it's coming out in the next future updates, maybe beta 3 or something like that. Again, I really want to test out that assistive touch, so stay tuned because I think the concept idea is actually really cool, and maybe I can master it so I can actually always operate and navigate my Apple Watch by simply just doing this with my fingers. I think that would be really cool. But regarding the durability and how stable this beta is, as you saw, WatchOS 7, the full non-version, just the regular ready version, crashed on us. So it looks like WatchOS 8, even the developer beta, is more stable than WatchOS 7, shockingly. But that could all change. But honestly, after the first day of using it, for one whole day, it's been solid. It hasn't yet crashed on me, so I guess that's a good thing. But we'll see what happens in the next couple of weeks after more updates come out. There you guys have it. If you got some good usage information out of this video, greatly appreciate if you guys actually leave this video a like. Those help me out a lot. Enjoy the bonfire in the background. But for more Apple Watch stuff, make sure you are subscribed because I got more tech content coming out soon. But in the meantime, if you'd like to see more, check out this video over here as I go through 80 plus hidden features that you could do with your Apple Watch. I bet you will learn something new. And then in that video, that's just a video that YouTube is recommending specifically for you. Thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll catch you all in the next one. See ya.